Hey, what is going on, everyone? This is Sheets, and we're going to be taking a look at the decimation of an NBA slate tonight. Um, Yesterday, for those of you that weren't following, we definitely ran very pure, and again, just because this is the world we live in, we have to brag about it, I guess, a little bit. Uh, so, in no particular order, I mean, last night we on FanDuel in the NBA, we took down both the shot and um, the monster on FanDuel. We'll do the hashtag screenshot game here, um, and 390 points. This was the lineup. It was one of actually my only lineup in this. That's right. Forgot about that. Kristoff went off at 6% ownership, which I thought was a little bit low. But everybody else was kind of normal. And we ran kind of pure at the end with Darius Garland. Um, this was the shot, actually. Actually, the shot, I played 150. We ran very, very pure with Darius Garland at the end of that. And then also in the monster, if we can find it, I did already screenshot it. Oh, here it was. This one, we scored 377. This was the one where we actually held off Garland a little bit. But Stefan Castle is very, very strong. And the key, I mean, obviously last night was just staying around and doing the late swapping. That was really what was really needed. And then on DraftKings, I won two additional seats to the live final, which is this Thursday in Nashville. Now, for those that were not following this, I won a seat a few weeks ago, and then this last night I took down two more seats, which obviously is very helpful since I'm playing against the best players in the world, almost all of whom have multiple seats. So it was good. It's good to be at least somewhat competitive in this thing. I'm not going to be able to go, but but James is actually going to go there, and in my stead, and go to all the parties and hang around and talk to a lot of DraftKings people and do some business and stuff like that. I'm going to enter the lineup from here this Saturday. Another little announcement is tomorrow is the FanDuel World Championship, which is actually being played out online, for which I won a seat as well. That's I think it's at 8 p.m. slate. So I think I'm going to probably live build that with you guys on stream. That should be fun, and I don't really mind, showing what I'm doing there. It's going to be probably a non-late swap slate, which is nice. So that's something to look forward to. And Bobby and I are going to be doing the golf content for Thursday. Bobby really, really doing a very, very nice job in golf recently. He was in competition for the big one this past week. Hopefully he can keep that up. And hopefully I can turn my golf stuff around in the same way that NBA is turned around rather crisply. Okay, so let's go through this. And again, I hate to be, what's the word, the Debbie Downer, especially coming off of how hot I've been running. But NBA is just brutal, man. It's just you have to stay on top of everything. I mean, I'm going out to dinner in a little bit, so I'll probably take 5 minutes just to kind of make sure my lineups are what they're supposed to be at dinner. But aside from that, I'm not going to probably be playing my best tonight, but I'm still saying I'm not going to let a hot streak stop me from playing something. But there's so many questionable guys and so much nonsense that's going to go on that it's a very, very, it's a nasty slate. Like these are my projections as of now, but things are obviously could change quite a bit. I don't even know if Giannis is playing. There's all kinds of stuff, but like right now, if we look at it from a points per dollar perspective, you're looking at a 7x projection on Jose Alvarado because what's his name? Jalen Brunson is out. So he's going to obviously show up as a very, very strong play. And starting point guard at 3,200, it's going to be very difficult to fade. Other guys from the Knicks that are going to show up are our old friend Landry Shamet, our new friend Jordan Clarkson, our old friend Josh Hart, Pretty much all these guys, with Brunson out, are going to take on some ball handling duties. And then obviously Karl Anthony Towns is in good shape to score a bunch of fantasy points. The other bit of extraordinarily relevant news is that Anthony Edwards is out. So with Anthony Edwards out, you'd imagine all this Minnesota stuff would come up to the top. And it's interesting. There's one bit of chalk which I sort of, I guess the word I agree with, I suppose, and the other one, it's really not my thing. This Julius Randle, I think, is like incredibly good play here. He's only 7,700, and with all the Anthony Edwards usage gone, he's going to be very, very strong. He's not the ball handler, but even still, I mean, he's got to be the number one option. Guy who's going to show up as looks like a strong play is this is the Io DeSumno. I mean, he's looking as a well projected and all that stuff at over 6x at 45% ownership. I just don't seem to remember him being this guy that could generate all these fantasy points. I'm just going to take a look at his game logs for just a moment just to see if I'm hallucinating here, but let me just see something. Let's see DeSumno. Io DeSumno. Let me just take a look. Look at his fantasy points. I'm going to pull this up. Now, obviously, this is not without Edwards, but 24, 32, 24, 23, 20. Now, again, this is all not without Edwards, so I don't know what to say, but he just doesn't strike me as the guy. Let's put it that way. So if I had to identify a bit of chalk, which I think would be somewhat suspicious, it would probably be DeSumno. Take a look at the other spend-ups here. You have Shea at 50 fantasy points and Cade. So these are the guys that you're going to get up to by playing Alvarado. And I just want to make sure that these are not in jeopardy here. I don't think so. But the thing about this is that this is the serious blowout risk for Cunningham. That's for openers. Washington's terrible. And then let's see Shea. I mean, Shea always has blowout risk. But then again, this is actually interesting because Orlando didn't really get blown up anybody. So 11K? Wow. I mean, this could be one of those things where you're probably supposed to use like Banchero. But he's 9,600? This is rough. So Giannis is, in fact, out, it seems, which I did not see. Obviously, that came across right as I started. And then you still have Ryan Rollins remaining questionable. So already we have issues here. I mean, I might even have some Giannis in my lineup, so I have to, yeah. So I already have to do some changes here. So with him out, I imagine that, again, thankfully it's an 8 o'clock game, but guys like, I mean, Ryan Rollins, if he plays, is going to be good, but he's questionable. Kevin Porter Jr., I mean, so we're just going to have to look and see if there's any kind of I mean, there's going to be projections updates. I'm not going to be around for it, unfortunately. So let me just see real quick if anything's updated, because I wasn't really paying attention to when this news came out. Yeah, it must have just come out because because Giannis is still getting projected in some spots. It says here 5:45, but I guess he's out. If anybody wants to confirm that, they can, but I'm pretty sure that that's the case. Otherwise, it wouldn't show up there. But let's just see real quick. NBA, Giannis is out, but there's no news for let's see. Just Giannis out. Alvarado is officially starting. So with Giannis out, I mean, I still do use some Saber Sim. So the first thing I do want to do is I want to at least get him out of my lineups. I'll have to rerun it before I leave, but at the very least, whatever system you use to actually build lineups, just make sure that you at least get him out of there. But it's going to be, I mean, and then it just really depends on whether Rollins plays, right? It's NBA is tough. So let's just get. I suppose that Mobley. Yeah, Mobley is going to be very strong. Well, actually, Mobley is not even on that team. What are we talking about? It's amazing I win. See if there's any questions here. So I only did have 3 lineups with him in, but that doesn't mean I don't have to rerun everything because, again, with him out, then all the projections are going to change. Yes. So it is going to be annoying. All right, so let's see what other projections I have. Now, again, these are going to be old. This doesn't even exist anymore because the NBA is brutal. Cat strong, Randall strong. Tell where 5,900 seems he puts up fantasy points from time to time. Jalen Green, Booker. I had heard that Jalen Green was taking usage away from Booker. Somebody told me that in Discord yesterday. LaMelo, 8,600. See, I think this Desomnu fade could be something that you can do. Like if you want to do something a little funky. Let me see if there's any new updated projections on these Milwaukee guys. While that's happening, I'll show you at least who I have in my hockey lineups here. I don't want to whine, but I lost the hockey slate by like 0.1 yesterday. I had 3 guys from Pittsburgh, like their top line. All they needed was 1 fantasy point in the last like 12 minutes, and they couldn't do it. Well, they were up like 5 goals or something. Not that I want to complain, but all right, so let's see what the Milwaukee projections will look like. Yeah, it looks as though Porter, Jang is projected starter now. Kuzma, he could end up being a good play. Jericho Sims maybe starting. I don't know. I literally don't know what to say. But I do like Alvarado. And I guess if I had to make some kind of stand, I guess it would be a fade of some kind of Ayo Asumnu. And again, I hate to be, I won't say evasive. I'm not being evasive. I just don't know what I want to do until this Milwaukee stuff happens. And it'll happen probably after I leave or after I'm out. So here's my caveat to you guys. Watch for the Ryan Rollins news. Whichever projection source you use, it's going to update after that news comes out, and then starters are confirmed. But I guess I'll say this, that that game doesn't start till 8, so you are going to have to make some decisions here. I don't think you need to play Cade in a blowout. I don't even think you need to play anybody in this game because of blowout risk. I think this game could be fun. The Charlotte-Miami game could be fun. Like you wanted to play some Charlotte guys with Cattell Ware, that could be interesting. Shea and I guess Bonchero, that could be all right. You're gonna want to play Alvarado. I think you're gonna want to play Cat for some reason. I mean, if I was gonna let's like hand build just for vibes here. We played Cat and then Alvarado. And then instead of playing, you want to have some fun? Instead of playing DeSamnu, what if you played DiVincenzo, for example? Or even you want to play Bones Highland? That could be fun. But if you played DiVincenzo, and then, I mean, if you want to stack this up, you did something like this. You could play Randall, and then go ahead and play Booker or something like that, or Green. Green's been playing over 30 minutes, and he's got a couple of 50 balls in here. This could be an interesting way to play, or play them both. Can you do that? Something like that. And then you could actually play DeSamnu if you want, because now you're like, you got to find a $4,100 cheapo. But I mean, like, so that's something. Like, if you want to be really funny, you could play. What's Ronald Holland Jr.? What has he been up to? Play him coming off the bench. You're going to probably want to play somebody from Milwaukee too, right? Yeah, this isn't going to do it for Holland. So maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Like, take one of those Milwaukee guys, such as, I don't know. I don't know if Rollins is playing. Kuzma, I mean, he's gonna chuck, right? You can almost afford all this. Oh, I didn't even have this. Let's do it one more time. We'll do it one more time. We'll get out of here. We're gonna play. Let's see what this looks like. Brunson, not Brunson. Alvarado, Cat. No real run back there. And then we'll play. You got to play somebody here, right? I mean, you don't have to. Yang is questionable too. There's literally nothing you can decide right now, except, I mean, if you want, maybe this is the idea, the DiVincenzo instead of a Samnu. You run it back. Can you play both these guys again? I forgot what I said. You play Booker and Green? Not quite. But instead of Cat, if you wanted to play Ware or something like that, this you could do. So you stack up these Minnesota guys, and now you could actually, as I was saying, you want to play the Samnu also. No, I don't think you want to play them all three of them. Can you do that? You completely stack this game like a freaking champion. And then what do you play? Kuzma or somebody like that? From Milwaukee, Kuzma, or, well, Portis is always playable, right? And then you'll need all these guys. So instead of I don't want to play the Samnu for some reason. So instead of that, you find a $6,200 guy, which doesn't exist. Oh, yeah, you do. There's got to be some $6,200 guy that we talked about. That's reasonable. Miles Bridges. I mean, it seems like kind of a random play, but you Michael Bridges. Instead of what's his name? With Brunson out. That could be fun. So this is something you could do, like if you wanted to play something funny. But in reality, you're just supposed to wait until the projections update and just kind of run your stuff. That's pretty much all I have. Again, obviously, this thing is going to win now. Should probably play this in one lineup just for the hell of it. And that's going to do it. Hopefully I run hot again. Hopefully you guys do well. I will see you guys tomorrow for golf. Good luck, everybody.